Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Digimon Story Sleuth the series. I'm Big L2.
I'm SF Parker.
I'm just going to double check the Digilab for a second. Ask and you shall receive.
Yeah! I personally feel that all of its champion are worthy candidates for the team.
So let's see.
They're all pretty cool.
Digivolve. Those are some of the Digimon we're looking at that will Digivolve into.
Let's see. I would personally... I don't know, I would go with Galmon because I like Gaugamon.
Okay, we're
It's
gonna.
a Wolfie and
We're gonna.
he's cool.
Okay, we're gonna need to raise it to level 9 and then have the friendship at 10%. So
Ooh.
we're gonna have to put it in battle to do that.
Battle! It's the baby. It's very cute.
And it's level 1, so might have to do a little bit of training. Hopefully it doesn't get knocked out too quick. Alright. So if I remember right, because we left off the last episode talking to Nokia, wants to go look for Agumon and Gabumon again. So I'm guessing we have to go to Kowloon level 1 where we originally met him. I could be wrong. I wasn't.
I mean, you don't have to put her on the team now and train. We could just do more stuff for the story, and you could train later.
That is if I get around to it.
Oh, that's fair. Well, at least show off little Wanyamon here, just hanging
Yep,
out.
I guess I'm in the right spot. This is gonna happen.
It is Blue Punk number 1 and Shiny Variant Punk number 2.
Okay.
I don't know. They're similar enough where I'm like, yeah, one could be a shiny version of the other. I do appreciate how even though they made like NPCs that are kind of duplicated in like the way they move, talk, stand, they did bother to put some effort into changing up their appearance. Like they're not just carbon copies of each other with different colors. Like one's got slightly longer hair, the other one's hoodie zipped up.
She thinks she's getting flirted by 2 hackers.
Oh my god. Oh, one of them's got black pants on.
That's one thing I always liked about Digimon. They always seem to be like doing a theme about current events that we happen in our real world.
Yeah.
Like this game, it's always about accounts. The digital worlds, the virtual reality and stuff like that. That basically the stuff that started happening when this game was in development.
Yeah, social media boomed when this game was in development, so it's got a lot of topical things for it.
And then with Ghost Game, it's holograms. You know, it's holograms and all that stuff. Something I would imagine is kind of a big thing that's happening in Japan right now.
Holograms, which kind of feel a little bit like AI at times.
Yes, like Miku, for example.
Yep. Yeah, Digimon Ghost Game, a lot of the stuff going on is Digimon, but the way they tell the story, people who don't know it's Digimon would probably easily mistake it for AI doing bad things or holograms going wild. And that's very relevant topic-wise right now.
Mm-hmm. And I think there was also, during the 3rd season of Digimon, there was always about the trading cards, and they were doing their own trading card
Yep.
stuff at the time, too. So that tied in, too, with trading cards and that.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say exactly how the spirit evolution thing in Season 4 was tied in with our world stuff.
Spirit evolution is just gimmick, in my opinion.
Okay.
The actual story is about the destruction of the digital world as a whole, and the consumption of the data by one Digimon in total.
Wait,
And
what?
in a way, you could say that is people fearing, you know, a crisis happening with our internet and suddenly losing it out of nowhere, and like the destruction and all the loss that could happen because of it.
Do you know what year that season came out? Because if it was around 2000,
But I do feel like it expresses a fear of, you know, are we becoming too dependent on it? What happens if we lose it? Just very early sentiments of that.
Okay, I was gonna say if this was something that released in 2000, I would have linked for the Y2K theory.
Yeah, it could be related to that.
But that depends if it was released in 2000. Otherwise, maybe it's what you're saying. It was because we're too dependent on technology.
Well, I feel like that's been an ongoing conversation topic since the beginning of the 2000s, honestly.
Okay.
Just we hear about it more now because more and more people are talking about it than ever before.
Okay. What would you say about the original 2 seasons of Digimon Adventures? How would that tie in with what we did?
That, I think, has a lot less to do with worries, concerns, and things going on, and more to do with how children's media was exploring new things in terms of, well, isekai, that's one thing,
Okay.
but, like, people were still thinking of computers and technology almost as kind of magical because you could do things you could never do before. And I feel like a lot of early Digimon was exploring and pushing the boundaries with, you know, what technology is and sort of almost D&D levels of world building with it. So not so much technology consequences type storyline, more this cool new thing and how children and humans will use it and how it'll be integrated into our daily lives kind of thing. Because, spoiler alert, sorry, you're like 20 years short, I guess, but
I would say 20, I think it's 25.
hush now.
Maybe even
The
more.
end of the first 2 seasons does show an integrated digital world and human world, which was how it ended in general. So I do say that the theme could literally just be how the two manage to coexist with each other. 2 very, very different things managing to coexist with each other. And if you look at the whole Digidestined and partnered Digimon, it is showing in a way that both the humans and the Digimon are better off coexisting together despite all the things they face.
Okay. Now, I didn't mention 5, which, if I remember right...
I've seen 5.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of 5. But I know 6 was like Cross Wars. Or Fusion, as it's called in America. I can't remember what 5 was called. Data Squad.
Yep.
Yeah, 5 was that.
Data Squad was a weird one.
Yeah, because Agumon would always call his tamer boss, if I remember right.
Data Squad was probably... It had themes of like... what would I say? Almost a war. Like how technology is used to help soldiers.
Okay.
And there was like a lot of government related stuff, so it could have been fears along the lines of, or storytelling along the lines of like government overreach and how we use technology to fight or conquer other things.
Okay.
Because part of it was that they weren't really conquering the digital world, but the presence and how humans were using Digimon was causing an issue in the digital world.
And what about Fusion?
I haven't seen Fusion.
Neither have I. And according to Scotty Boy Rules, in case anybody wants to know, he wasn't a fan of Fusion. He wasn't a particularly big fan. Then again, I told him about Ghost Game, and he doesn't sound like it's that good either. And
That's because he hasn't given it a chance. Ghost Game, I feel like, properly reaches back into what Digimon should be from like earlier generations. It's much closer, in my opinion, to like 2 or 3,
Okay.
maybe even 4. But with content and like
The holograms.
For references that are more modernized. Yeah.
Yeah, the holograms.
Yeah.
I mean, I try to explain to him as best I could about what it looks like in the. I told him that the father of the main character is the one that made the Digivices and has gone to the digital world, and he was like, "Don't like it already." It's like, "Jeez, okay."
Wow. Way to just like very much judge it before you know anything about it.
Exactly. Like he's kind of like got a judgmental. He judges everything. I
Yeah.
guess, as I've told you before in the past. And if you're watching Sky, I do apologize, but you know it to be true.
You judgy man. You're so judgy, you should go be a judge. Oh god, we should not give him a gavel. That would be giving him too much power.
Speaking of gavel, actually, today Payday 3 dropped a trailer that involved the Payday gang, also known as the Heisters, actually busting out somebody in freaking the New York Supreme Court.
Huh.
And the guy was being judged for some kind of crime. I haven't played the update yet, considering I'm just waiting for Hunter to play it with me. And just so everybody's aware, yes, there will be a video on that whenever we get around to it.
Is this GTA related?
No, this is Payday. This GTA, if it was GTA related, I would have told you, but no, this
I'm
is...
not familiar with Payday.
Payday is basically a crime heist simulator type thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. My friend...
Like, what you were describing sounded like a crime to me. Are we okay? I'm like, oh no, it's a video game. We're good.
Yeah, it's a video game, obviously. You work in a group of 4. The thing is, you can have 4 players, 1 player and 3 AI, or like 2 players and 2 AI, you know, kind of like that.
Yeah.
And there's like a selection of people you can do. In Payday 2, actually, one of the heisters you can play as was John Wick.
Ooh.
Yeah, but I don't think Keanu Reeves voiced John Wick for the game. I think it was somebody else. There was even an update and a character for Scarface.
Interesting.
Yeah, so there was even a Scarface one too. They did a few crossovers with some things like that.
Here, I'm gonna look up the 6th season, see what it was about.
Okay. I know it was Fusion. That's the one with Shopmon in it. 7's Ghost Game though, isn't it not?
I'll double check.
Okay.
I feel like there was one more before Ghost Game.
Because I remember hearing about Fusion and then I heard about Ghost Game. Because Fusion was like 2013, 2014, somewhere around there.
Okay, yeah, this is Fusion.
And then Ghost
Or
Game was recent.
It is where did it say it? Where did it say it? In Japan, it's called Cross Wars, so you are right. You were
Yeah.
right by both names.
Yeah, I knew I was right by both names. I knew it was Cross Wars / Fusion. I actually like the sound of the name of Cross Wars over Fusion. I'm just gonna say that. Japan usually has great titles for their animes sometimes. Or am I
Okay,
being...
hold on. I'm reading.
One second, I gotta check. No, not... Oh, right, it's this one. 7%. Yeah, let's get that extra 3 in there. And then we can probably digivolve it right now. Just gonna quick get 3 battles in, so that way
Okay.
so Wanyama can digivolve.
This was 2010 to 2012. So season 6 is 2010 to
Oh.
2012. And its main theme seems to be that you fuse 2 of your Digimon partners together.
Yep, I knew that.
It seems that the main villain, spoiler alert obviously, his whole thing is, conquer the world. So if we're looking at like...
I feel like every Digimon was about that, or just did conquer the digital world in general.
Well, no, this is conquer the world.
Right.
So...
It was one or the other. I feel like it was always that.
But he wants to conquer it through fusion. So it could be, sounds a bit like themes of, well, that was only season 1, hold on. There's 7 kingdoms.
We can get another Wanyamon if we want. Just gotta get one more battle in and we can digivolve.
Oh, that's... Okay, so it seems like people and Digimon are together.
So kind of like how Cyber
They start
doing
fusing Digimon together, and then Big Bad Digimon causes lots of problems by collecting certain kinds of fragments. He makes an empire, then divides it into 7 kingdoms.
Mm-hmm.
And they need to fight to bring peace back to both the digital world and the human world.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a little bit of a time skip where they come across a world in between the digital world and the human world.
Okay.
With Digimon in it. Who are causing problems with emotions, negative emotions. And at the very, very end, the 2 worlds have to become fully separated from each other, with all the humans going back to human and the Digimon back to Digimon world.
Okay.
It seems kind of like the main technology plot going on here is... How do I describe it? Season 1, it's very much technology getting better.
Okay.
Because it's not just Digimon anymore, it's fusing Digimon. But then there's the technology itself suddenly going, I will use that very thing you're doing to make myself stronger and overcome humans. And it sort of succeeds. And part of the reason it succeeds is just there's so much negative emotions. And so for the time being, they think they have to separate this technology and humans in order to put an end and bring peace. So it could just be talking about how the constant evolution of technology and technology becoming more prevalent in our daily lives could be feeding into negative emotions that people have and causing division. And that you might need to take a break. Go touch some grass. That's what I'm going to call this season. I'm going to call it the Go Touch Some Grass season.
Okay.
Because too much tech.
What do you think would be a good, like, current world themes kind of scenario that Digimon could do? Because now that we got holograms and AI stuff, where do you think they can go from there? Or do you think we have to discover
Looks like season 7 is an extension of season 6.
Okay, which is Ghost Game's an extension of Fusion.
No. It's not Ghost Games.
What is season 7 then?
Hold on, I'm taking care of it.
Okay. Because if there is one between Fusion and Ghost Game, I don't remember it.
Oh, okay. Digimon Ghost Game is the 9th.
9th?
Because season 2 and season 3 of Cross Wars were so big they were considered season 7 and season 8.
Oh!
So instead of it, I guess it's sort of similar to how season 1 and season 2 of Digimon were technically not different arcs. They were a different group of kids, but they were an interconnected story. And I'm guessing Cross Wars is similar to that, or Fusion is similar to that.
And I'm just going to say that would also tie in with Cyber Sleuth, because Hacker's Memory just basically has a side story going on with our own story.
That explains a lot. So like season 1 is about how prevalent, like season 1 of Fusion is about how prevalent technology is in our daily lives. And that came out 2010 to 2012. So if we say another 2 years from there, then we've got computers and stuff taking over, which 2014 to 2016, I would say, yeah, technology is huge. It's huge with Gen Z and even Gen Alpha at that time. And then you've got season 8, which would be the 3rd season of Fusion, and that's when they separate the 2 worlds, which I think matches with how people are like, I think people are too obsessed with technology, go touch grass.
Okay.
And that does fit that timeline pretty well, actually.
Anyway, welcome to Kowloon Level 3. We must talk to you.
As for Ghost Games,
I'm surprised they're at 9 seed. I thought Cross Wars was its own season, and then Ghost Game just happened to be the next season after. Like, I just assumed there was like 7, but no, you're telling me 9 because Cross Wars had 3 seasons.
Well, anime will divide itself into two categories: arcs and seasons. And sometimes a series those will literally be the same thing. A season is an arc is a season. But then sometimes you get animes where an arc is more like a very specific plot point happening within a single season.
Okay.
And it seems like that's the case for Fusion, is that anything that would seem like a separate season of the same story is more of an arc, because there are 3 seasons, which are 3 big parts of the series. It's kind of, how do I put it? In the very first Digimon series, they go to the digital world, and you could call it the first arc. And they end up back home at one point, which you could call the second arc. And then they end up doing like a big finale thing, which you could call the third arc. And that all happens in season 1, and then is expanded upon in season 2, and season 2 has its own arcs as well, which I'd say the big thing is divided between them not knowing who the big bad evil guy is, and then the second arc would be the redemption of big bad evil guy and solving the real problem. And then both seasons have concluded fully, and that's the whole story for Digimon season 1 and season 2.
Okay.
So you can see how there's arcs inside of it based on what's happening.
Anyway, we just got a keyword. How to get a girlfriend. I could use a keyword like that.
So I think Fusion acts in a similar way.
Okay. And just so everybody was aware, I had to keep it on there so Parker could look at it.
Yeah.
Because she knows.
You know the third Digimon season. I would say like the first arc is everything they do in the human world, and then second arc is literally going to the digital world before stuff really hits the fan. And then the next arc would be the absolute chaos they have to deal towards the very end.
Like, while you're thinking of that, I just want to say this. This person says, ask a friend. Maybe they know someone that's super hot.
Wow. So what you're saying is get a wingman. Got it.
Pretty much. Or in
He's a punchy puppy.
Or in our case, ask the Groby. But he ain't gonna help.
Punch a puppy. Punchy puppy. Sorry, not punch a puppy. Don't punch puppies. Oh my gosh, don't do that. Puppies don't deserve that. But if you want your puppy to punch things, just make sure it's in a boxing ring.
This person says to get a girlfriend, just smile. Apparently, just.
I think the advice should actually be, just show genuine kindness without expectations of like anything.
I always get turned around here.
Patamon!
Yep, we got a Patamon, we got a Toy Agumon.
Lego! Oh yeah, Toy Agumon. I call him Lego.
And then a Betamon. There's Beta Fish. Get it?
That is not a beta fish. That's more of a frog. I am gonna have to challenge you on this. I recently fell into a beta fish rabbit hole.
It's Digimon.
No. I can tell you right now why it's not a beta fish.
Okay.
Because beta fish have very specific things going on that make them beta fish. It doesn't have the tail. The beta fish have to have the tail. Even if it's a shorter tail, it does not have the correct fins for the tail.
Okay.
That's like a really big thing with beta fish.
I don't know, I just thought it was just a Beta Fish.
It's not even close to a beta fish.
Can't blame you for thinking that though.
I will argue the point till I'm blue in the face.
I believe you. Don't get me wrong.
No, I know you believe me. I'm just saying, you can fight me. I went down such a large rabbit hole that I can now, keep up with breeders' guides and stuff. I know exactly what they mean when they're talking about avatars and candies and Nemos and cosmics.
Oh, okay. I was trying to figure out how to get up there. It's been a while since I've been through here, so.
I know what a butterfly is. I think the only thing I'm still confused on is what a samurai beta is. I always forget what samurai beta. qualifications are.
Okay. By the way, about fusion, because it was always about fusing Digimon or whatever.
Yeah.
Technically speaking, that's been a thing since like season 2.
I don't think this is the same kind of fusion. Because like season 2, you had the crests. And the crests helped with the fusion, if I'm not mistaken.
They didn't have the crest. Crest was like season 1.
No, crest was season 2.
Season 2 had the Digi-Eggs.
Season 2 had the crests. The crest of hope.
Yeah, even season 1 had those things too.
No, it's not the same thing, dude.
Well, no, because remember,
Season 1 is specifically Ty and his group. Season 2 is... what's his name? Anything that happened with Agumon is specifically in Season 1. Like, Agumon is the main character's partner.
Right.
And then Season 2 had... is it Beamon? No, not Beamon, sorry. It's the little blue and white guy. He's adorable.
Vmon.
Vmon, thank you. Vmon is the main character's partner, and that's how you know the separation. And the crests specifically happen with the Digi-Eggs. Like, it's a crest and a Digi-Egg thing together.
Right.
And that's specifically Season 2, because they were having issues with Digi-Evolution because of the, what were they, Dark Towers, Dark Spires? It was a whole thing.
I can't remember, I think.
Clearly you need to...
I own them. I know I do.
You need to watch them again, man.
I pretty much, yes. Friend.
But specifically, the reason fusion was happening, and whether it was crest, eggs, all that stuff, was specifically because there were issues with Digi-Evolution going on as a whole. In fusion, there's no issue with Digi-Evolution. They can Digi-Evolve if they want to. And in the original seasons, it was like really specific Digimon could fuse with each other, but it looks like in fusion, literally any two partners that you have can fuse.
I know what this floor is about. I just remembered. Oh, shoot. Okay.
Also, there's a Digivice for it. Like, there was no Digivice. There was, like, the crests, and they existed inside the original Digivice. But in Fusion, there's specifically something called a Fusion Loader that has fusion happening.
Okay.
And that's just from reading the summary.
I just realized, before we record the next episode, I'm going to need to do some serious training.
Why? What's coming up?
Oh,
something big? Something bad?
Boss fight.
Ooh.
Hard one. It caught me off guard when I first played this. I almost caught me off guard again.
Uh-oh.
I just remembered this floor too by looking at it. Okay. I think I'm missing one more keyword. I always get stuck
So
in
we got smile, hot. Or get a friend recommendation. Get a friend recommendation.
There was speed
smile,
dating. There was speed dating.
Speed dating. No. Oh, game, you have not aged well. That's really funny.
Yeah, speed dating. Or as the keyword was, mixer.
Oh, it really hasn't aged well.
Yeah.
I hear the new thing is not online dating, but going steady. Mm-hmm. That means even when you're dating online and you decide to date someone, you date multiple people at once, and then you stop dating multiple people at once and pick one and go steady. And I think that just makes it faster. So
that's right. Those two guys there, they're the ones with the true keyword. I keep forgetting that. It's like, I'm talking to all these people and all that. No, those two are the ones.
I still think it's creepy to date multiple people at once.
I'm looking at those two, I'm like, they're there for a reason. Oh, right, because you go up to them, they have a little discussion with each other, that you eavesdrop on them, they give you the true keyword. So yeah, you just go up to them.
Plus there's the glowing thing over there.
Yeah, exactly, that too. I was thinking about that too. It's like, I need to go over there and get it. And then I was like, wait a minute, oh yeah. Yeah, so basically in this game, in order to get a girlfriend, you meet through Digimon.
Well, I mean, in this case, it sounds like they have the same Digimon, so it could just be, you meet a girlfriend by having common interests.
Yep. So I guess that's a good way to look at it. Common interests is a good one.
That one probably is the best advice so far I've seen in this. Speed dating, nah. Just smiling, not good. It won't get you very far.
Yeah, and it'll make you look creepy.
Be introduced to someone hot, yeah, it'll make you look creepy.
Through a friend?
Introduced to someone hot through a friend, that's kind of sus. But meeting someone and discovering you have a similar interest and you like similar things, that's the start, dude, right there.
Yep. Anyway, we'll get this guy unblocked and then we're gonna wrap up because we're already at 30 minutes. I know you were talking about how you only had an hour.
Yeah. Well, I didn't want to go past an hour because I had a little bit of a headache.
Right, and I'm gonna need to train for the fight ahead.
And then you get to Galgomon. Galgomon.
Yeah, if I even have the party.
If you get him up. You get him up and make him into
I don't even have the party memory for that. I have to deposit one of the Digimon right now.
Oh, do you not have enough spaces?
My party memory is at 25 out of 25. If I digivolve Gawamon right now, that means my party memory would exceed unless I can get a memory up, so to speak.
Yeah.
But anyway, we gotta wrap up. Sound good?
Yep.
Okay. Thanks so much for watching this episode of Digimon Stories episode of the series. I'm Big LT.
I'm SF Parker.
Final words?
Sorry for rambling your ears off about various Digimon things.
Hey, that's fine. We're playing Digimon, so it makes sense.
Yeah, but you think we'd know our info a little bit better and not be arguing about a couple of points?
Yeah, I know. Anyway, like, share, subscribe. We'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.